Moses escapes from Pharaoh. Moses had grown up in Pharaoh's palace, living a life of unimaginable wealth, but his heart was with the enslaved people of Israel. One day, he left the gilded halls to see their suffering with his own eyes. The sight of their brutal, back-breaking labor was a heavy weight on his soul. He saw an Egyptian taskmaster, a cruel man named Nukt, violently beating a Hebrew worker, Asa. A sudden, fierce wave of outrage swept over Moses. He looked around. No one was near to witness the injustice. Moses chose a side, acting on his powerful sense of right and wrong. In that moment of fury, Moses acted quickly, without thinking of the terrible consequence. He struck the Egyptian down, killing him. Fear immediately replaced his rage. He had chosen a side, and now he was a murderer, desperately covering his secret in the sand. The next day, Moses went out again. He saw two Hebrew men, Asa and Zimri, fighting bitterly. The very people he had risked his life for were now turning against each other. Moses stepped between them, determined to stop the foolish quarrel. "Why are you hitting your fellow man?" Moses demanded. One of the fighters, Zimri, sneered at him, his eyes narrowed with suspicion. "Who made you a prince and a judge over us? Do you intend to kill me, as you killed the Egyptian yesterday?" Moses knew the news would travel like fire through the palace. His heroic yet flawed act of justice was now known to Pharaoh. The Pharaoh who sought to kill him now saw Moses not as a son, but as a threat. Alone, terrified, and a fugitive, Moses finally stumbled into the land of Midian, far from the reach of the Pharaoh. He was no longer a prince, just a refugee. Exhausted, he sank down by a well, a vital source of life in the parched land. 7 sisters, the daughters of the priest of Midian, came to the well to water their father Reuel's flock. But rough, selfish shepherds arrived and tried to drive the girls away to steal the water for themselves. Seeing the injustice, Moses leaped up to defend the women. He drove the rude shepherds away and drew enough water for their entire flock. He was still a man of swift action, but now his anger was tempered by wisdom and helpfulness. The grateful father, Reuel, also called Jethro, invited Moses into his home. Moses, who had been a prince and then a fugitive, finally found peace and a place to belong. God guides us to refuge even when we feel utterly lost.